Alright, let's just mic check 117733 117733 117733. Alright, we did it. Good mic check. You you should hear me, I just checked. Like I literally just checked. Okay. I was gonna say, you'd be messing with me, buddy. But hi, Astral. This save slot is empty. You can begin a new game. This save slot is empty. You can begin a new game. This save slot is not empty. You must... Now let's jump right in. I'll get to read a book. How you doing, Astral? We're obviously going to read this because that's manipulation, psychology, and politics. Which of these helps the most? It doesn't help at all. That doesn't help at all. None of them. I guess these two then.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions.
Sleepy?
Then,
nice.
Without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Is Astral ready to sleep soon? Nah, I just woke up. Oof, ready to nap again then? Already? Woo! Double nap!
But
Ooh,
where
like Tomb
are
Raider
we?
right now.
I don't know, but we better not hang around. Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Yes. The centurion that pierced the side of Christ with his lance. That weapon naturally became a holy relic.
Exactly.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything happened, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis. I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
All right. Piaggi. You sleeping bored? Fair enough. I got caught up in the cutscene. This is where I came from, right? Yeah. Oh, you just get poofed. Okay. It's weird, but cool. This place is already pretty cool. I'm ready to get trapped and get Tomb Raidered and be blat!
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. Stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved. That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates.
Okay. How are you bored when you have a gaming computer? Thinking face on.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
This place is pretty cool. My notes. I must find the Holy Lance. Good note. Roger, roger. There's something over here, at least. Examine.
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra. There's several spearheads. I need to find clues to pick the right one. Piaggi knows something about it for sure.
Alright. Run. Asher must have fallen asleep, Kappa. Devil's Thorn, I don't need that right now. I mean, I enjoy them every day. So if I do, everyone does, right? Thinking face emoji. No. That's how it works.
Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You could tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old.
Especially when you can get Hollow Knight for $12.
What?
I
You can
remember.
get Hollow Knight for
He was the Roman
$12. Where?
general who defeated Attila and his hordes in the terrible battle of the Catalonian plains. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here?
How did he end up here? Ooh, hello. Pointy, pointy. Stabby, stabby.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
So Rising Sun, Eye of Ra! Whatever this one is, I saw that there's another one right here. You're not allowed to take
here we
it.
can see
Take
this
last
lance
time,
has
it's like, we
a
have to make
leaf
sure we
shape.
take the right
It's
one.
gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
So we have to make sure we take the right lance, which we have no intel on, so we have to go talk to Piaggi first, before we can take it. Because Piaggi is smarter than us when it comes to this stuff. I'm a little derp when it comes to the Holy Lance. A little big derp. Derp.
This sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted.
It's entirely sculpted. I'm getting sick of. Well,
Is this the
guess I'm
tomb
gonna
of
use
a
Academium
king?
points.
Judging by all the sculpted symbols of power, this is really ancient. The inscriptions are all eroded. I don't know what those marks mean, but maybe a stone or an epitaph.
Maybe a stone or an epitaph. Goodbye. Another one over here. Which one are you? Oh, you're just a royal jelly, which I will eat. Nom nom nom.
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
So there's two fishes. Two my favorite. Ah, it's probably been down here for as long as this tombstone's been down here. Sarcophagus, whatever. It's been down here for a long time. That's what I'm getting at. And I just picked it up and ate it. Don't worry. It's okay.
We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and, well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely
I feel like
visible.
a crucifix would be the Holy Lance, right? Would she? I mean, I can't take it, but if I was a betting man, what's holy? A fish? A cross? The sun? Or Ra? I feel like Ra was before the Holy Lance. I feel like this isn't Sun Bros. So, sun's out. If you wanted to die now, you flavor. Yum. Can't even inspect that one. Now I can. This one's also a fish, but there are 3 with fish.
It has
So maybe it is a fish.
a very
I don't
special
know.
leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
That's why there's 3 different fishes. This is probably end up going to be one of the fishes. But I would probably have picked fish second in reality, but at the same time, maybe not. Just because there's so many. But
I
let's see
can
what the other
see
ones
that this
are.
lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol
this is
of
Eye
the
of Ra,
Eye of Ra
too.
engraved on the tip.
Oh my god, they're everywhere. I had to find the right one. Nope.
See, this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the
It's a
tip.
4th fish. Oh, it's a Christian fish, I guess. So I guess it could be that one. See, that's how much I know. Another
This
fish.
lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
There's so many. Is that another jelly? Oh, I'm gonna eat that one too.
I can see that this lance has a called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip.
Christian fish. It means it's a fish from Christianity. It's symbolic. It's specific too. There's so many. Like 1,500 times 4 minus 2 divided by 3.
What about this lance? It's got a spear shape. And the blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade.
There's so freaking many. I'm not gonna remember where any of these are either. Second time through when we have to find the right one, I'm gonna be looking all over again.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt that appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside.
I got jelly.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside.
Said jelly not got last time. Did I not get it that time either? No, it only gave me one. I feel like that's just
The
gonna let him know we
sarcophagus of
looked.
Lord
Why would you
Mortimer.
not close it?
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription.
it's just open forever.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
It's unfortunate.
Let's see what we can find
Guarantee
here.
that's gonna bite me in the butt later.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription.
Alright, let's just leave. It's already open. We're fine. I got the Vandal trait out of it. I mean, I had the. I could do it for free. Why would I not? I don't know what it looked like. There it is. It's the last one. Great, 1 point in agility. I'm already full on agility. Thanks, game. So double wasteless. So that's super wasted because it's like, yeah, look at that. There's even a cross up there. Like, if it's not a cross, then come on. But now this sarcophagus is open. I left it open. I got a point that's useless out of it. Whoopsies. Oops. Hop goes the astral. And now we leave, I guess. Cleared astral away. Celebrate. Run, run. Run, run. Run, run. Time. Piaghi, where are you? Maybe upstairs in his room? That might make too much sense. Sense is what we got to go on right now, as we're so far away.
Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
I think I've already looted this room. Hey, jelly I can take. I got a jeller. Stuffing stuff is right down there, right? Yeah, so just all the way across here. Open the door. Hey, right, convenient.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want of the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance inside of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
His nose is bleeding.
So you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
Exactly.
Frank and direct. I like that. Thank you for not trying to be sly. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
No. You are the first I've spoken to about it, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Are you quite sure of that?
Oh, I can't go
Yes,
back.
my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
I need it.
Why?
You won't understand.
Try me, Louis.
I need to protect myself with it.
Louis, I for your sincerity.
Nice.
I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't fall as demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Shape of a boar spear. That's not enough information. Oi. Alright. Just an esoterism? Artistic and sacred texts. Alright. books, paintings, and people.
A swine and a salon. That's a piece of decor.
Oh boy, food. Lots of food. Nothing really violent in here. Next room. Can I open this yet? I don't think I can. Okay, I still suck at that. Sacred text. There's bound to be 1,000 of them.
Petrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading.
We're not allowed to use the books in here, so would we?
The Last Supper, Leonardo da Vinci.
The
last
painting, I
day
just wanted to
before
grab
son
that.
of Roland. Roland feels his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything.
And it could be like anywhere.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alcudia.
I guess this depiction could be like a sculpture or a statue, so something to keep our eye out for. I guess we just do the whole first floor first, right? I don't know. Could definitely be something in here. Dang it. I thought that could have been possible. I was a little excited.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Don't have it. I.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it
That's
for
right.
later.
Cool. All smug. You know who else is smug? Or even our other people. You guys, okay.
Good
as I say
evening,
that.
Mr. President.
Good evening.
I'm back on the trail of my mother again. I don't have time to explain, but would you know anything about the Holy Lance?
That's good news. But be careful, Louis. You might end up getting noticed.
Do you know anything or not?
No, I regret I don't. But why not ask von Wallner? Theology is his field, after all.
That's an idea. In that case, I'll try and find him.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
You're right. Thanks for everything, Mr. President.
See you later.
Keep your guard up or Astral will get you. Alright. Von Volner. You have a book. Can I read it or not yet? Can't even talk to him anymore. Okay. Guess I forgot how to talk to that guy. He's just back in here already. Alright, we did a whole circle. We didn't find much. We have to go to like all the rooms? Oof. Wait, I guess I didn't look at the paint.
Crucifixion of
that
St.
one.
Peter. Crucified upside down, out of humility. For an entrance hall.
Not to this one.
But I have work to do.
Just kidding. What do we do? Do we just like start going to all the rooms? Bet Astral knows.
Dear Monsieur,
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
In here. To the next one. Can't go into Napoleon's room. It's a room down. Next one. Any Duchess room? I figured they'd lock this. Alright.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds.
I haven't been
Painted
in this
upon the
room,
request
so-
of the Waldegrave family in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting. Amber. Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. P.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Personal reasons.
William Pitt, the Elder, Earl of Chatham. Emily works with his son. A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits. A letter from William Pitt, the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham. 2 coils circle the lock.
I don't have
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell.
Yay.
A pound.
A pound? Wow, that's heavy. No. But seriously, I have so many coins, I don't get it.
A letter from William Younger addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. But King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Alright, well, we learned a little in here, I guess. We got some items. Wasn't the worst. We didn't get what we needed, but we got other stuff that could help. Can't go into Godoy's room. Okay, making sure. I don't think my room's is it. I mean, I'll check, I guess, since I'm here. I don't remember what paintings were in my room fully, but I do not recall them.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
You don't look very
Judith beheading
secure, like-
Holofernes. Ironic when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Alright, didn't think there's anything in here of help, but we were close, so we looked. What? This is Piaggi's His room might have some help. Piaggi.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself. Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
Nice. Water up. I know I was already in here though. Before I talked to him. I don't think he has any. I guess there might be a text in here. That's out of the lance. Could be out here. Would be in the other one. Oops.
Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to
You've said that
stuffing
every time.
himself.
We're gonna hear it again.
Let's have a look at his personal papers. Of course, it's in Latin, the language of the church.
I'm not able to translate.
Damn it. I should have followed my mother's advice and spent more time studying the classics.
Oh, that's not gonna help. Oof.
The Cardinal's not in his room.
Oof, Astral.
I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
Venus and Cupid with a satyr. Reggio. Innocence, indiscretion, and lechery. Giuseppe must love that.
Alright, well, we're out of here. Let's go to that Von Volner soon. Can't go into Washington's room anymore. I mean, I guess.
November, August 20th, June 11th.
Special.
My dear Elizabeth.
Just, yeah, I don't know where to get clues for a spear. It's literally all I have. It's boar shaped. I don't want to pick wrong because I feel like everything's gonna matter if I pick it wrong. Like it's probably real bad. Johann.
It seems like he isn't here.
The alchemist is a young man. Signs of the zodiac. A table of alchemical symbols.
What a mess. Looks like Volnor was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw, and he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before. Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the Lock of Al-Azif. Volnor must have kept it. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that. sense, did it?
The signs of obscurity.
What?
So, let's see what was in his bookcase. I don't know where to begin. I've never heard of most of these works.
De Richet?
Damn, that's all I need. Maybe something about the lance.
What are you doing in my room?
What does this guy? Oops, wrong thing. To be discovered. Oh, that doesn't help. Well, actually, I can use a Devil's Thorn. Doesn't even. How does this work? Show it here. Don't understand how Devil's Thorn works. I guess you can read about him and try to figure it out from that. Doesn't really seem like it would help much, but it does give me a second to pause. I don't know what to pick. I guess we learned the hard way and get hurt. I have the display's immunity, but I don't know what it did.
Well, sir, I see captivating books, and you seem rather interested in the famous Longinus.
No, it's... what's it to do with you?
I overheard you speaking with Piaggi. What are you two up to exactly?
No, Oh, fine. Yes. We are looking for the Holy Lance. That imbecile has given Mortimer all the one's private collection of the Holy See. But it's not what you think. Hang on a minute. You're the one looking for the lance.
No,
Don't take me for a fool. You are looking for the Holy Lances.
Looking for the lances of Longinus von Volner. I'm looking for the lance of Longinus. The one that pierced Christ's side.
You are playing with fire.
Don't take it the wrong way. I'll leave you all the copies. Don't worry about that.
Good answer. What are you playing at, Richet? Mortimer's that cursed lance.
How long have you been looking for it?
Ah, I see. You want it, and so you plan to steal it from Mortimer.
For a long time. Right.
Why, you little swine! You're planning to give it to Sir Gregory. You're looking to double-cross me and Piaggi too.
What on earth is he talking about?
I'm not gonna pick yes, I wanna give it to home.
Mr. von Volner, would you be so kind as to calm yourself down, please? All I'm trying to do is make amends for His Eminence's errors. Sir Gregory should surround himself with better people if you want my opinion, but Piaggi is a friend of my mother's.
What? You want to help Piaggi?
I just told you that's what my mother would do if she was here. I heard you in the corridor, and he seemed to be in serious trouble because of the lances. I'm only trying to help him.
Ah. All right, Louis. I
did
thought
it.
you were trying to manipulate me. But please, excuse me. I got a little bit carried away. But you can't get ahead by staying in the shadows on a case like this. There are already several of us searching for the Lance of Longinus. and it would be smarter to pool our information.
Unfortunately, I've barely made any progress. I'm still trying to find out what the original lance really looked like.
Ah, let me reassure you, we've all been there, given the number of copies there are in existence. So it took us quite some time to discover its true shape. Many believe the central part of the head of the lance to be covered in gold, whereas, in truth, its center is made of an alloy of copper and iron.
That does make sense. In those times, a centurion wouldn't have any chance of possessing a lance made of gold.
Ah, that is the perversion of Christian idolatry. A copper lance could not have been noble enough to pierce the side of Christ.
Anyway, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Louis. Keep me posted as to your research. We're bound to end up recovering it.
I'm counting on it. See you later.
It does narrow it down, but I think we could get a little bit more. I don't know where. I went to like every room. I haven't gone here yet. Hey, Astral's not dead. You're best. I mean, you want one too, don't lie.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world was ripened in our days. A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Point people with, Montague. Nice, I got another full circle because I got an amber. I don't know where to go to find the hidden stuff.
Devil's Thorn.
What's this?
I'll keep it.
Nice. None of these are spear. Where's this depiction of a spear? Where would it be? Where would it be? Where would it be? Where? I already ate one earlier. It didn't help. I wasn't sure what it did. I think I still don't fully know. Paintings, figures, statues. I mean, he has one right there. Statues. I just had to say statues.
St. Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure? Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt.
So it is the fish.
It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look. I think the statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it. I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
You get a little more information? Shape of a leaf, but the other one's shape of a boar spear. So there's two different shapes. It's copper. There's so much information. This is great.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John.
Spear
Giulio
again,
Romano,
okay.
1534. Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear.
Distrust?
I better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon closer examination,
I love the
you can see
information a
that
lot.
even the style clashes with that of most of the other works in the manor. No. If Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the Nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
I got a little bit more. Shape of a spear, shape of a spear. So, two of them. Well, boar spear, 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 leaf. I don't know, that's confusing. But I have two that say spear, but it was the painting and the painting. Boar spear and spear, is that kind of the same? I don't know, man. None of these, I've read that before. Examine that. That's all it's up here. Helped a lot though. Ish. Being confused helps. Let's put it that way. Is this the book I can read? No. Sacred texts. I found a text, but I found his notes, but I can't read them. And they'll read.
Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Can I go back into Von Wollner's room? He kicked me out. I'm trying to think where else I could go. No. Okay. The only other place is the only other person who really knows against Pyagi, but I can't read the note. Did I miss something in it? I guess we'll check his room. I need to find a sacred text. I don't think his notes are a sacred text, are they? Where is a sacred text? Or maybe are those two books still downstairs where we used to open the door with the hand thing? That might help. I'll have to go check there after I read his room, skim his room a more. That's the plan, I think, currently. Past that, I'm not sure.
The Cardinal's not in his room.
I don't know about that.
His Holiness the Sixth. By
Just
Pompeo.
run around here,
Piccolomini.
spam A on
He should help
everything.
you out. Torquemada. Quite the contrast. Wow. The fanatical
My dear Giuseppe,
Literally just gonna hit A on everything and it'll auto do a cutscene if it's right.
destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem. Hayes. The Roman destruction by Titus and his army. What violence.
What violence?
Venus and Cupid with a satyr by Correggio. Innocence, indiscretion, and lechery. Love triumphant. The Lying Girl by Boucher. Here's a painting of mischievous eroticism by John the Baptist. Youth Am.
There's nothing in here. I guess I'll check outside one more time, but all I think I found was those notes that I can't read.
The usual representations of St. John.
All it is these notes that I can't.
Let's have a look at his personal
Can I read
papers.
them yet?
Of course, it's in Latin, the language of the church.
Hey, Praise Crow, how are you? What nice violence.
Damn it.
That's what he came
I
in
should
to
have
do.
followed
Nice.
my mother's advice and spent more time studying the classics.
Yes, I'll go to that book. I'll see if that book is still in the garden.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
I guess. I'm trying to think where else I could go. I can't go back in his room, so... I already checked his room. I can't go back in Von Woolner's. I guess down is where we go. Because I have a panda. I don't know if that's how it works. Your violent panda... whatever, might be scaring people away. No. You're gonna run and buy food? Rip my chat. Done. Get something good at least. Hope you enjoy the VOD whenever you watch it. Alright, so I thought. Just have to make sure. You just run here and check. Now we're going back in the tomb, I guess. I don't know if we have enough intel or not, but we're gonna go with what we have and we'll decide if we can back up or if this is good. I'm gonna check the book down here. These books are still here in their sacred texts.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me? Medieval Hermetic traditions evoke the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon. The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
That's all. That help? Shiny metal. It could be like any of these. A shiny metal. Great. I'm gonna go back up a little more. I don't trust everything yet. I thought about it. I don't know. Double check. I double checked his room, so I have to double check the priest room. I'm done there. I don't think I can go to Von Wollner again. It's really the only other one who knew about it, though. Upper room I could double check if I wanted, since I'm going up. Can't take that. Jelly I kind of used a lot of stars, things. So I guess that's what we do. Check Von Wollner's room and we double check yours. So anything of value? No. Oh boy. Gotta be sure we're right. I don't know what matters, because I'm sure you can be wrong and beat the game, but gotta be sure we think we're right. Let's put it that way. But yeah. Von Wollner was right next to me. Yeah. I think I didn't start going away. But he hasn't laid back in his room, right? Correct. Alright, let's go back up to the study, I guess. It's the last place I can double check. I've went in every room in both floors.
Saint Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf.
We already did, didn't we?
Like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure?
This. I can't do Mortimer's deceiver. I took a closer
I think
look.
The statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it. Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look.
Okay, well, I already did it. I can take that, actually. I'll eat it.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John. Giulio Romano, 1534. Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear. I'd better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance, and there's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon close examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most other works in the manner. No, if Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the Nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
So what do we got? If we use what we have right now, okay. Shiny, boar spear, spear, spear. Is a boar spear and a spear the same, or are they different? I guess I'll find out when I go down there and examine them again. Fish. The statue is the shape of a leaf. I guess I don't believe that. The statue is a lie. But the statue still has a fish symbol. I don't have any that are a fish symbol. I don't have anything opposing fish symbol. I would still think cross, but like I said before, Ra would be my last pick, because Ra has nothing to do with this. Fish, Christian fish? I don't know. Is that? The cross would make sense. The sun? I don't know. But I only have one thing of intel. Be staring at this for like an hour. Probably not like an hour. But... So I mean, I would shiny, copper rimmed. I mean, all of the copper is shiny. Technically, they're all shiny. It's a metal. Boar spear, 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 leaf. 3 spears to a leaf, unless boar spear and spear are different. And fish is just fish. I don't know, I guess I go back. I don't have much info and I can't go talk to him again. Was that another gel?
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Oof. The thing is, like... A coin I missed. That was worth coming back, right? I just have no idea.
Dante's Purgatory.
It's
Why
Dante,
does
this
your
doesn't
mind
help.
presume to flight when you're still like the perfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form?
I don't know. I feel like you have to use the. Yeah, it has to be a fish, right? I don't have any animal. I talked to everyone I could that I could think of. And I went through every room. I don't know. I'm trying to debate what the best play is here. I wish I could go back in Von Wollner's room because he had other stuff I didn't get to fully explore. I don't know if it would have mattered because I gotta talk to him. And I feel like he would have gave me. You don't think I can get outside and go around, do you? Because he's in there now. Can't go outside that side. No, not here. Can't go to Von Wollner's room. Nope. Turn around. You can't go in here, right? Correct. It's locked out of here. I don't think I can go into Washington's room. Adams, I don't know if I can get outside from it. I don't believe I can. Let's find out.
August 24th.
We can't use that door. Alright, I guess I'm going down and just gonna find one that matches what I have. I've doubled and triple checked some room. Just go up there, it's the fastest way down. I need to go right over here. Yeah, it's just the outside where I need to go. Boom. Alright, well I remember the one to the left was Ra. Like I said before, I might have to double check most of them. We're just gonna go with what we found, right or wrong. I mean, it's the best you can do in a game like this, right? I can't just pick. I got intel for a reason. Let's go. That there's my to something fast. Respond it. Alright, we're going back in, guys. Alright, so if you go left. All that's over here is one with Ra, right? Or not this one. I didn't even find this one before. Did I?
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Out again. Not this one at all. I don't think I found any of these ones last time.
I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron.
Yes.
And its tip is engraved with a cross.
No.
Amber crystals.
Nice. Good thing I must have missed this little area last time. Good thing I didn't this time. I don't think else I should look for pointies that I might have missed. That was that. Alright. Like this is the one I'm pretty sure is a raw one way over here. But we're still gonna double check everything. This is a raw one, right? Let's find out.
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed.
Nope.
I can see the
Yes.
tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra.
No. That's what it said. He said, yes, copper rimmed. Alright. But not raw, not leaf. I think spear and boar spear are just the same thing. There's two ways to describe it. But we'll see if he says boar spear on one of them. Alright, so that's this way. Let's go right. I'm just like on in random corners, on pillars, on the ground. Is that one? It's an item. Devil's Thorn. There's one.
This lance has got
Well, I must just want to
a
take-
blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a
No.
rising sun engraved on the tip.
No. This is where there's a jelly. I don't remember if there was one over here or not. Yeah, there was. Okay, good.
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable. And we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish
But it's
engraved on
gold.
the
They
tip,
said not
barely
gold.
noticeable.
If we trust them. Two of the three. Shiny metal. Of gold, like he said. Time period. Which would make sense to not be gold. I have to trust that intel. This already looks wrong, but we'll examine
Here
it still.
We can see this
over here.
lance has a leaf shape, is gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
So 1 out of 3. already looks wrong, but we'll examine
We
it.
can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and, well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible.
All three of that, everything about this one's wrong, so not that one. Welcome back. Guess we're going over here. So far, one would make the most sense, but we haven't done all of them yet.
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
So no, no, and... Well, no, yes, and no. Right? Or no, it's two yeses, and but it's leaf-shaped. It is copper rimmed, but it just looks like it's just mainly copper too. Leaf shape, we can't trust that, right? Not much. Looking at everything, making sure things are what they say they are, hoping I'm right. I feel like that would be, looks like
that
this.
this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially
God,
coated
this one
in
is a
copper,
boar spear.
and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
So, boar spear, copper, raw. Why would it be raw? It wouldn't be raw.
I can see this lance has a spear shape. It is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
That one's right in every category, but this one's like probably the most suspicious one of all time. I mean, look at this crap. I'm still gonna
Lance
look at the
has
rest.
A leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
That could be right if it's a leaf shape. But only the statue said it's a leaf shape. Let's check again. Copper rimmed. Or spear. 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 Shape of a leaf. Oh, the statue's a leaf. Fish symbol. What kind? What's on the pizzas?
I can
This
see
one
that
has a
this
sun,
lance
but we'll
has
still do it.
a so-called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip.
I know they're mini pizzas, but like, what's on them? Is what I'm asking. That does not sound good. But, you know, if you like it, that's what matters, because I'm not the one eating it. So more power to ya. It's closed again. Alright. Now there's one here. Cheapest ones you could get. Still fair. I just have to rip half the stuff off.
What about this lance? It's got a spear shape, and the blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade.
I feel like that one would make sense too, but I found nothing that signifies it's the crucifix or the cross. The only thing that's really cross is there's a cross in here, but that could just be to represent the whole scene, not the spear. I guess I'm gonna go with the obvious one. That's so... I don't trust it at all, not with where it is, but... It fits every category, but like, look at this. It's surrounded by like freaking this whole thing. None of them have a nice setup except for this one. Like, this is the obvious one you would have if you had just did one without reading the tips. This one's surrounded by fire. Do I take it? I guess it matches what I've figured is the best. So, not right. But maybe that's the whole point, is they're trying to trick you? But if they're trying to trick you, you don't have any other intel other than this, and this is really the only one that matches well. Shiny metal, copper rimmed. All metal is pretty much shiny. It's copper rimmed. Spear. Leaf, that was... We don't trust the leaf, we trust the other one more because more people said it. And the only thing we got is fish. Everyone said fish. Anything that's anything other than fish. So, like, I don't think it's raw. The raw ones are all cut out, because what would raw have to do with Christianity? A Christian fish, I guess. I don't know what that is, really. The cross would make sense, but I don't know if the cross is on their spears. It could be weird. And I'm not sure about the sun, either. I think I'm just going to grab this one, just or else we're going to sit here forever at this point. Gulp. We'll examine it again.
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Look at these clues one more time. Just, it's so obvious. Copper rimmed. Alright. A shiny metal. Copper is shiny though. Like, copper's shiny. There's none of these metals aren't shiny. Gold is shiny. Copper is shiny. Like, they're shiny. That doesn't help. It's a metal. Metal is shiny. Iron is shiny. Like, they're all, you know what I mean? That tip doesn't help. Copper is shiny. Yeah, but as a metal, a shiny copper is a shiny metal. Like, in metal form. It's reflective, it's shiny. Yeah, but that's like worn copper. As like pure copper, it's shiny, is what I'm saying. Worn any weapons will lose their shine. So I feel like that tip's just kind of like a useless tip. Like someone's like, it's shiny, a rubber lance. The painting of Longinus, I noticed the shape of a spear. Mortimer confirmed he thought it was the spear, so I feel like he's looking for it for thousands of years. I'm going to trust that opinion. I don't know why the statue is a leaf. I don't understand that one. Let's just throw it off, or if it's just they got it wrong. Or maybe that's what it had originally and he changed his mind. I'm just going to take this one.
I must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take?
it's obvious and most likely wrong because of it, but if it's wrong, I don't know which one is right is the problem. Like, if I'm not right, I'm just gonna look around for like a bazillion years, so I'm just gonna take it. I don't care. I'm not gonna have any intel if I didn't take this one. You know what I mean? Like, I'd literally just run around like an idiot for an hour not knowing which take is the problem. It's more that than like me thinking it's not this one. It's I don't know which other one I'd take. So far I'm not dead or anything, so that's at least, I got that going for me. Being alive is nice. Oh, that's the episode. I did not find all the clues. Well, apparently I missed a clue, so that's probably not good. Even though I looked everywhere 4 times. It says I've chosen the lance, though. I convinced the cardinal to help me. I succeeded in getting information, explored the crypt. I found all copies of the lance. I learned that Holm gave a mission to Wolner. So I didn't find every clue. Well, the only clue I could have possibly, maybe, I found the book, but it was in Latin. I can't read Latin. That's just a character thing. So I failed that. That's on me, but I couldn't possibly do Latin because my character can't read it. So that's a skill thing with this game. But if I miss something else, then rip. But I literally looked in every room like 3 times. I'm fine if I got it wrong, but I try. That's the whole point of these games too, right? You never know. I mean, it's not the point, but get something's right, get something's wrong. What's up? Hey, achievement.
I'm already
Complete
pressed
the 11th
for time
quest.
as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Right. Hey, great. Now I can read other languages, finally. Now that it's, like, too late. Alright, 1 second. My batteries were gonna die before, so I'm gonna switch them out fast. I know they were acting a little weird when you talked to him, like how the Cardinal wouldn't turn around to talk to me. Mentioned playing with fire, they both said that. But he turned around to look at me. Alright, let's go. Oh no, I don't want to go back to my menu. Alright, you guys can hear me again, Astral? Just want to make sure before I play. I'll get out of this maze, but I want to make sure I'm heard after the battery swap. Like I'm not heard. Alright, let's check that real fast. Test, 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 test. Alright, alright. There's my mic. My mic should be back now. The mic did not work. The mic takes a couple seconds to reconnect sometimes. We should have our mic back. It should be back.
Nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, I don't...
Haven't come all the way just to fail so close to the goal.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
Hit him. Don't be violent.
I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Deal.
I'm still looking for my mother, if you can believe it. I've been in the basement to check if she might have gone lost.
And did you find her?
No, not a trace.
I'm warning you, de Richet. I've got my eye on you. I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will servants.
I can't look at my inventory right now. I can. What do I have? A rare manuscript. I don't really have another rare item. I don't have any type of item. I guess I have to give him a manuscript. Elixir. None of these would help. Architect's notes. Notes. I guess that would help. I don't think any of those would help. Hortus, Encyclopedia, Thought of Mortimer. Hortus, Encyclopedia, Thought of Mortimer. No, the only thing I can think of is this.
Very well. Fair is fair. You've exposed me. Here. This is what I took from him. Look, I'm sorry. I acted on a bizarre impulse.
I don't know either, and frankly, you have disappointed me. That said, it is not as bad as I thought it would be. Right. We'll leave it there. I'm glad that things have been cleared up.
So, finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right. Go play somewhere else. See you later, monsieur. Come on. I have to hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
We did it. Now I'm gonna follow him and leave. Need that? No. You need to use this though. I didn't make him mad. I gave him everything's fine. I stopped him before he invades your home. I mean, that wouldn't be very beneficial to him either, so. Nice. Sure that you don't see people that often. Like, are they just perfectly walking around other places when I'm somewhere? Are they outside or what? Hey, there's someone here. Look at that.
Am I disturbing you?
Monsieur de Richet, it seems you are everywhere. Was Mr. von Wollner able to help you?
Help me?
Yes, for your armillary sphere.
Oh, yes, that.
Louis, everything all right?
Yes. Excuse me, I was miles away.
Here, you wouldn't know who the last guest is, would you?
What do you mean?
I heard Sir Gregory speaking about it. A certain Al-Asif something.
Who? What?
Obviously not. It's not important. Forget it.
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter, I'm telling you. We'll find out soon enough. I'm in a hurry right now. I'm waiting for someone. See you, Louis.
Shit. I haven't time either. See you later.
Huh. He sits down again. Uh-oh, creepy music.
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Well, this is gonna be awkward.
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat.
What's wrong, my lord? Tell me. What's with all the bodyguards?
Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
The wrong road?
Louis, Sarah has made her own choices of her own free will, and I would like for you to have the same chance. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are, because a large number of our kind remain hidden, or never reveal themselves even to us.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur, Louis. Impressive.
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Oh, yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, But from this period, I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus Vitruvius Pollio.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among other things, yes. Mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras, well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis. I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. You weren't him, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. He was my father, though. Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon? Am I dreaming? Ugh, please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father. All the mythology surrounding Jesus of Nazareth really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
And how is it you help men exactly?
Let's just say that without us, man would probably never have left his cave. Fire, the wheel, tools, writing. We are the spark that inspires man to search, to grow, to evolve.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goat's feet, Louis. I have no tail.
Why do you bring up folklore? You mean that you've taken advantage of people's beliefs?
No, not exactly. I mean that we in fact created them from scratch. It is amazing to see how mankind has such a strong need to believe in something superior to itself. It was very instructive for what was to come.
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No. I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together until I revealed my true nature to her.
The old book was Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
How would you qualify your species, scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
My lord, to tell you the truth, I don't see myself as a scientist.
Well, consider us as a simple species still unknown to most of men. Thus we are born. We have the capacity to change bodies, that is all.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. So, von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right.
Did what happened to Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is of their own home.
The voice in Elizabeth's head. It was you.
It was my father, to be precise.
If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Well, this is the only one I can that's free.
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
I must admit that the idea is appealing.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis.
What?
You too
I am one.
are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it, it's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body, without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Well,
Fire! Well, well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns!
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid! Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it. You don't know what it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
how can that human dare threaten me?
Monsieur Peru, I don't even know what this is all about.
It's quite simple. You're like them!
If that's enough to make me unforgivably evil, then I prefer you shoot. But I don't feel as if I've changed. I'm still the same man I was an hour ago.
They will corrupt you. It's inevitable.
And I won't be able to resist, like you are now?
Well...
Give me the benefit of the doubt. Think about it a moment.
So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
Wait, Jack! If it weren't for me, you'd be dead by now. You've seen who I am, and this so-called revelation makes no difference. I'm not a slave to my birth, and I refuse to pretend to be a victim. I am Louis de Richet.
Do you really believe you've got enough strength to resist him?
I am who I am. Only our actions truly define us. And you can threaten me all you want. It won't make any difference.
Don't change, Louis. You're strong. I wasn't able to make it. You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me.
maybe?
You're going to be held accountable, and you will lose everything, starting with your freedom, and then your head.
I told you, I don't care.
Not about yourself, maybe, but what about your daughter? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it?
Shut up! Shut up!
She will be alone, in a world that you know is hostile. What will become of her?
That's true, but...
Don't abandon her. Not a second time. It's your last chance, my friend. It's over. Come now.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you ought to take your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
Why are you confused, Astro? You put 1 and 2 together. It makes 3.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
To tell you the truth, I don't get much time to ask myself those questions.
Best not to react to all this too suddenly. Take some time to think about it all. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there, inside. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
But it'd be a violation of their most intimate thoughts, wouldn't it?
To begin with, there's nothing obliging you to do it. You already had the ability without even knowing it. I just gave you the option of putting it into practice if you want. Moreover, it would be wrong to evoke morality here. Every species is different, Louis, and this is the way we are made. That's all there is to it. You are free to use this talent or not. And what's more, it will be up to you to decide what to do with the thoughts you read. That is where the values of right and wrong do come into play. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourselves will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy, and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later, if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
But why, Astral Sailor? Thought reading. You are now able to hear thoughts. Use of mind costs 1 point. Run back when confronted to an immunity. 2 by consuming a Devil's Thorn. Oh, Devil's Thorns are helpful now. Try it for lulz.
Let's see what Mortimer's thinking about.
He is thinking he might not have been clear enough with you. When I told you not to try to read into Gregory or her experienced demons, it also applied to me, of course.
You can hear me think?
Of course I can. I can sense you. For the moment, your mind shines like 1,000 lights because you haven't yet mastered the art of concealment from the psyches of others. So, I give you a weapon, and the first thing you do is try to shoot me with it? If my intentions were evil, you would already be at my mercy. So be very careful on whom you use the talent.
All right. Please excuse me.
And don't ever apologize, my son. You are far above that from now on. Now go. One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
Why are you confused, bud? You're just saying confused, you're not telling me why.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Hey. Nom nom nom. Good point. Seems like a normal video game to me. Thorns. Most bedtime stories are, if you think about it. Dun 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 dun. It's over here. Jelly. More jelly I need. Nom nom nom. It's not my mom. She's already gone. Shibadoo.
Emily, what are you doing here? You wouldn't have seen... Mother? No! No, what's happened? No, Mother! No!
She's ruined my life, Louis. I am sorry.
What were you thinking?
Emma meant everything to me. Your mother destroyed everything by shooting her. She was me, and I was her.
I had to speak to her, kill her.
one who killed Emma, not my mother.
And it wouldn't have happened if Sarah hadn't struck out at Emma first. Dear God, I beg you, make him kill me. I've had enough of it all. I no longer have the strength in me.
I'm not gonna kill her.
Get out of here. Why have you always lied to me? Why didn't you ever tell me I was his son?
It's not gonna happen. That was the episode. I didn't save her in time? I could have saved her in time if I was fast enough? What? You're saying I could have saved her, but since I was so slow? Since I explored in a game where I can explore, she died? What? I did not arrive in time to save her. No, I did not. I feel like I'm still like, man, I could have saved her. I guess that's the point of these games, but it's not like a thing I didn't do. It's because I was exploring and talking to everyone else. That's weird to me in a game like this, honestly. That feels a little iffy. I don't know if I like that. Because, I mean, I was exploring and just doing what the game usually wanted me to do in every other chapter. That part feels a little eh. But other than that, I like the chapter. But that part's kind of dumb. That knowing I could have saved her. If she actually was dead and I couldn't have saved her, I would have been feeling better right now. But it is what it is. She's dead. Fake mom's dead. I guess I can level that up. That's the most helpful of those. I don't get any new books either, but I did get another Chivo. Complete the 12th quest. Trait unlocked, Unworthy
Rash
Son.
won't open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon.
So the first like 3 chapters we were going after her,
I
now
can
she's just
manipulate
dead.
People. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
Like, I feel like that's just weird. Like, the whole first 3 chapters were like, find mom who's not mom, figure it out. It's a good twist, though. It's not like it's bad, it's just weird, I guess. It's like, and now she's just dead. Because of, I took the time to talk to the French and Spanish dudes. Alright.
No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think.
Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Go and answer the door. Is this like my bedroom? Where am I? Yeah, this is my bedroom. Still can't open these. Okay, picking. This whole game. All different stars. I picked another class. It would have been weird. Dun, 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 dun.
Sir Gregory?
Good day. I think it would work. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature, our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he didn't go into any detail about it, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
Realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the it seems.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreement that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you, less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself makes. If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. On the other hand, we are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. Have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now, see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Uncle Astral. I keep getting so turned around right there. Good. Is there a reason to go downstairs? We're gonna do a quick lap, I guess. For people. Good start. Don't tell me you still have things by me, or did I take everything in here? That's what I thought. So I got an item. Don't need that. Yeah, I got an item. Beneficial. But he's anywhere. Still can't talk to you till I get that book. That's the last note this whole time. Now I can get manipulation, conviction, and cultism for free. Yahoo!
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
A royal jelly in there. Might as well eat one. Nom, nom, nom.
No space left. I'll
There's
retrieve it
still more
later.
here. Another book I could take right there. Some bunch new books and stuff must have showed up or something. Yeah, say another new book randomly. Okay. Okay. Napoleon. Journal. Still can't open use. Did I lose something for that last trait, like the failure one? Unworthy son. Conviction costs more. Oof. But I gain a skill in occultism. I really let her die. I had no idea that was
The
dying.
Miller brothers expressly forbade me from reading.
Dumb choice. Devil's thorns are everywhere, I guess. That's helpful because I can read minds now. Beep, boop, 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 beep, 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 beep.
Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Okay, so there's literally nobody in any of these rooms. Is anyone in the middle? Let's just go upstairs. Everyone's just missing. Everyone. Did they all leave? No. We haven't voted. Ba, 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 ba. No idea what I'm doing. Is it worth going in anyone's room at this point? This is like the most useless room of all the big. It's jelly. I don't need it right now. Hey, that's all that's in this room. Never in the rooms to talk to, like ever. Why do they have a room? Where are you? Everyone is jelly. Jelly.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time.
Astral, did you confuse yourself to sleep? I got golden elixir. That helps. See, I got something by doing these rooms. It's actually perfect because I can go to all the rooms. Can't go into his room. My room doesn't have it. Wait, I can't even go into my room? Lol, I'm barred from my own. Nah, okay, just forgot how to talk. Understandable. Okay, go in his room, that makes sense at least.
Emily, can I come in?
No, it's not a good time. Not right now. Leave me alone.
I can tell from your voice that there's something wrong. Let me in. We have to talk, Emily.
I said no, goddamn you.
Entering anyway. I have a lot of consequences.
You've been drinking. Why aren't I surprised? Do you think you'll find the solution in alcohol?
Get out of here, Louis. I told you not to come in.
Your sister? Now my mother? How far will your anger go?
Do Do you really think I'm not suffering? You know nothing. You understand nothing.
On the contrary, everything that goes on in here is much bigger than you and me. You made your choices and now you're going to have to take responsibility for them. Look, I must tell you something important. Emily, listen to me.
I'm fed up with talking.
It's about what's happening here. It's about Mortimer and Holm.
I know they are demons.
That's not all.
Go on.
I'm one of them, Emily. I'm a demon too.
I know.
But how?
Sir Gregory stopped by to tell me. He wanted to bid me welcome.
I don't understand.
Welcome to the family.
You? You're his daughter?
Mortimer's daughter, Louis.
That makes you my sister?
Yes. Just the thought of the night when I suggested that we...
I feel so ashamed, Louis. And that means Emma is your sister too.
Oh, shit. I spent the night with my own sister?
I was attracted to you from the moment we first spoke on the boat.
Now I understand why.
Do you realize what that means? I'm a monster.
We couldn't have known. We made a mistake, damn it.
Oh, that feeling. It hurts all of a sudden.
She's there. I can feel her inside me. She's trying to read my thoughts. Emily, don't do that. Get out of my mind, please. Let me remind you that it's forbidden between demons.
Sorry, Louis. I didn't want to.
I have a sister.
It's very strange for me too. A sister for a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I must get some rest. I must to leave me now.
All right, but don't finish that bottle.
Don't start now.
I would like to get some sleep.
I'll be leaving you then. Thank you, Emily.
She just pass out? Is there anything? Can't do anything. Can't interact.
Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best is from William Pitt, the elder addressed to Emily. 2 coils circle the lock.
No key still. Don't worry, there's no item I can grab like that. Golden. Alright, let's go. Go in this room? Nope. Go in this room? Yes. Yes, I can. Hey, he's in here. Someone's in the room.
Leave me, de Richet. I want nothing more to do with you. I'll have left within the hour, and I wish never to see you again for the rest of my life.
Just gonna take your book.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. Dear Miss...
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Dear friend.
Interesting, interestral sailoring. Alright, well, I got a book out of it.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have what?
Okay.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head, assured, for what comes up here from the mortar world must ripen in our rays.
Nothing. Hang on here too. his super secret books that I got caught.
Chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Wollner.
Okay. Can't use devil still. Da-da-da-da.
A mess. Looks like Volnor was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw.
And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before. I've seen occult inscriptions like this before. They're not very common. As a matter of fact, I've only seen them once before, around the Lock of Al-Azif. Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before. I get the feeling that, I've seen that somewhere before. Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the Lock of Al-Azif. Volnor must have kept a copy.
Didn't help. Let me out. Freedom!
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. Now you are definitively free from your sister's lies. And from her, in the process. I respect...
Given what she did to me, she deserved nothing less. And, apparently, I'm not the only one. I'd rather not talk about it.
I understand.
Why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say. Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
And what's your role in this family?
Mine? Oh, I think they probably feel I'm the eternal naysayer, I suppose. I think one mustn't be afraid of change, and that it is healthy to challenge oneself at regular intervals. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber, people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today, we are wasting too much time. What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
Tell me about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the Cultural Revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence, but humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are? I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Dang,
I don't
like
see how
that.
I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
You're going to use powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. You'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaggi had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from the Pope had Piaggi's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right. I'll take care of it.
All right. Piaggi's is down.
Ah, well. Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another Holy Grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
I've done it. I've done it. Damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Not use your personal stamp. Use my motto on it.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Well, this is unfortunate. I don't... For the democracy thing, I don't like either fully. This or this?
It even appears that Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory both have access to obscure, superior forces to help them reach their ends. I think the Papal States, for the sake of their own preservation, ought to condemn this practice of conferences in the future.
Oh man. Just like a stamp on the left.
Now, I distinctly remember this seal that Piaggi used on the letter he gave me. This isn't the same stamp. A circle with a cross inside. This seal is different to the one Piaggi used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it. On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini. Latin, it blooms in the house of God. Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now. Justitia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages. In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini. On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini. There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Without the code takes 10. Jeez.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month,
4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Yeah, because I'm just looking.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793. The date is 24/01/1793. In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle.
I need to be able to see the tattoo better. Those are the problem.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
It has to do with the date, like you said, but oh, 1-1, so there's a 1-1, 1793, 24, so it's different than both those. 17, 30. So I doesn't exist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes sense because there's only 10 numbers. Okay, so then 17, you can go from the 17, that's to 0, 1, yeah, I get it. 0, H is 1, 2, 3 would be F, yes. 31 is G, 17 is H is 1, so we throw, so like 17 it's E, 31 it's 0, there is no 0, okay, but 1 is J, G, J, 2, yes, so 24, 0 would be A.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
24, 0 is A.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
There's 2 1s in a row. 24 FF.
Date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
24 7 7 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. That'd be a C.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
24 5 6 7 8 9. It's an H.
The date is 24/01/1993.
Three, 0, 2, 3, G. Why do I keep clicking that one? I know the alphabet.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Okay, let's just make sure. So 1701, 17. H 793. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B, C, F. Yes. E, F. 1, 2, 31. G, J, G, J. That's G again. 792. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. HF. Yes. 0, 1. Yes. 24. 24. 0 is an A. 1 is FF. 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C. 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3. G. Yes. Trust neither.
It's all ready to say. What's he doing here?
Damn, it's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Know what to say. He was already here when I entered my room. I presumed he must be tired.
Tired? Are you having me, Piaggi? Or what?
What? I wouldn't dare.
I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I really don't like it.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is. And there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Keep a secret.
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. That's the little runt because he is Mort's son. Would you believe?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
Made you change sides, hasn't he? The slime bag. He works for Mortimer. Good thing I already tried to warn Gregory.
You find Louis unconscious and conclude that I'm his accomplice?
It's not so much finding him here as you being against me getting rid of him. That's not what you thought the day before yesterday, after he eaved possession. Listen carefully, Piaggi. If you say anything, you'll be the one they find dead in your bed. Huh? Now, just turn around and let me have this.
I missed it.
Stop! Now, if you don't want to end up the same way, you will do as you are told and vote what we tell you. Is that understood?
I forbid.
Oh my god, I missed it. Missed the confrontation because I was replying to a message.
Volner! No! He's infected my body with whatever's in that syringe. He's poisoned me. Get out, Louis. No one must find you here.
Oh, this sucks. I failed the conversation, so I got poisoned. I missed the thing to hit the thing out of his hand because I'm dumb because I put the controller down, not thinking about that. Alright, whatever. It happens in these kind of games. Is it this last one? Dang it. Where's poison? I don't even see poison. You were going to die? What? Yeah, because I had the controller. The dining room. Am I gonna play this episode? Am I dead? Maybe he has a cure? I don't know. Give me a second. That's a bummer. Am I dead? Man, it sucks because I could have easily stopped the thing, but I wasn't paying super attention. I could have been like, smack, get rid of the poison, but no, because I have to control the game. I could be upset if I don't die, but
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your cursed letter. Volner dropped into Sipiagi. He saw my body and wanted to take advantage of it, being inert to get rid of me.
What? What are you saying?
I wanted to intervene, but being in Piaggi's body, I was unable to stop him. The slime bag poisoned me.
Good God, no. It can't be.
Do you have an antidote?
Louis, when you're evil enough to use poison, the first thing you do is make sure there is no antidote.
The poison was greenish with a blue sheen. Sardonyx, monkshood perhaps, henbane?
Louis?
Arsenic.
Louis, what? I think your best chance is to count on your demon nature. I'm confident that you'll be able to resist the poison, whatever it is.
That's all you've got for me? Your answer is to wait and see?
Have faith in yourself, Louis. The same thing happened to me. I'm not saying it's going to be a barrel of laughs.
I'm condemned, aren't I? That bastard, I'm gonna kill him for this.
No, you haven't the right. At least not here. That said, I can promise you he will pay dearly for this outrage. Eh? What can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't it? He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Johann infected Louis with poison to eliminate him before the conference, Gregory.
No, he wouldn't.
You know what that means.
No, wait! There must be an explanation.
In my residence, he attacked my son.
And Johann is mine. If he made the unforgivable error of attacking Louis, I will personally take care of him. He will be gone by this evening. How do you feel?
I don't believe this. I'm going to die?
Don't say that. Nothing is less certain. You'll make it through, Louis. If you didn't know Johann had poisoned Louis, then what did you come here for?
I came to persuade you to let him choose. Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
Does he have an inferiority complex?
I've told him time and time again, Louis. He always has to take it one step too far.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
You came here to warn me, sir.
No, to advise you.
It's me against my father. Why?
I think you are capable of deciding for...
You haven't answered my question. Why warn me against my father? What are you afraid he will do to me?
Well, I wouldn't want him to lead you into... I don't know what absurd adventure in which...
You act as though I were in danger.
I agree with Louis, Gregory. You're trying to pass me off as a villain about to devour him.
That's not funny, William. I won't let him follow you.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. Knowledge, Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
I'm already poisoned. This episode has been throwing me around, man. It's like, oh yeah, and it's like, oh my god, what? And it's like, ah! And I messed up the poison things. I set my controller down. That's almost worse than, it's not worse than the mom thing, but it's up there.
I was born a man. I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two. But they better not count on me to keep my word. I'll bring them all down.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
That's not what I wanted to have happen when I picked that. I didn't want to fully manipulate it.
I shall father Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him. That said, if he turns his back on me, I won't be slow in sticking a dagger between his shoulder blades.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You.
My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
Yeah, I got poisoned. That's a pretty crappy thing. I falsified a letter. It shows you the script, both of them. It kind of makes sense because I discredited both of them. Give the man thing, so I'm okay with that now that I think about it. But the poison thing's dumb because I didn't move my stick fast enough because I was like, oh, I'm replying to a text. You're dead! It's okay though, we'll figure it out. I'm not dead. If I'm at the end of the game, it's rip. But alright, it was fun though. Still not sure I feel possibly being dead, but hey, we'll find out. Might as well level that up, right? I guess. I'm trying to think. I liked it still a lot though. I don't think I didn't like it. They're just, I didn't like the mom thing. The other things are my fault. I didn't like the mom thing. You're not wrong, Praise Crow. I'm torn overall for sure. There's things I definitely liked a lot. There's that one big thing I really didn't like. I definitely want to know how it ends though, so they did that right. Like, I'm definitely going to want to play episode 5. So in that sense, they did perfect. I don't know if how they did it was right perfectly or not completely, but the fact that they did that, I think that means a lot in their sake. It means like that's a good thing. I want to play more. I don't want to stop. I'm alright with going against both of them. That's fine. But then the poison thing, I'm a little upset that I got poisoned because I put my controller down to text my girlfriend. I won't lie. Like, it was a cutscene I was watching. Like, that's the time I have to text someone. And it's like, oh, you're poisoned because of that. That's a little silly. And now everything costs 2 more than it would otherwise. So that's going to be a big bummer in the last episode, I have a feeling, losing that much energy. Yeah, that too, the whole being able to read people's minds, but right at the end, and we only really gotta do it like 2-3 times. I don't want to do it against Gregory or him again because I said not to. So then I could only really do it against 2 people. There's no more like a little like a cutscene. Nope. All right. Well, I hit no more, thinking that it would be like a little cutscene, and it just pauses. So that's not what I want it to do. I mean, I know I'm done anyways because I beat it, but I thought it'd be like a little short cutscene or something about the next one to tease us. Oh, I'd love a season 2. Like you said, I do agree with what you said completely, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I like this game. This game is great overall. Episode 2 was definitely my least favorite. I don't know which one's been my favorite now so far. I liked this one a lot. There's that one big thing I didn't like. 1 was good. I liked 3 a lot. There's so many different ways it could play out. I'm excited, but we have to wait for episode 5 before we can do season 2. But I'd love a season 2, or at least more of like something in this genre/world. If yeah, if like they do like other characters or something even too. End of November, yeah, we got a little bits to wait. I'll definitely stream it when it comes out, but until then, we just have to wait and I don't know. Think about what could happen. But the big thing I was just how that she can actually die just because I spent time talking to other people. Like, the whole game is about talking to people and learning things. I feel like I got punished in a way for playing the game. I don't fully agree with that being a thing. But at the same time, I understand why it would happen because I took time. But, like, they didn't warn you. Like, if you had some kind of indication that it would have happened, I feel like that would be okay then. But, like, we had nothing. When the rest of the 3 chapters, you want to talk to everyone. Other than that, I liked the rest of the episode. I got confused and had to think a lot and wasn't sure at times. Like I said, the poison thing I was a little upset about. It is overall my fault, but it's just a little silly because now the poison seems like it's not gonna be great. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if I'll do another one right away. But I feel like I either might, or I even go do what you're doing now and watch other people stream to see the other options and see how it plays, because everyone would do it a little differently. I do like that you can just like jump to a specific spot though. I don't know if that like resets your progress or from there, or like if it keeps your progress from the back. Like if I go to 15, like I have no idea if that'll make it so like everything else is saved, but I could redo that chapter and not get poisoned. I'm not going to for my first playthrough. Everything that happened happened. I'm accepting that I'm poisoned. It's a bummer. Yeah, it was nice seeing you. I will be done streaming for now anyways. I might stream a little bit something else, but obviously I'm done with this chapter. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I will see you guys around. I'm going to just end the stream for now. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for the follows and stuff. Appreciate it. Enjoyed the game. Hope you guys did too. And I will definitely play episode 5 when it's out. Until then, I'm just going to be playing bunch of other stuff. We'll see, but yeah. See you guys around.